Hey guys, what's going on? We're back once again. I'm backing up right now and there's someone approaching, so I don't want to hit him with my car because I'm sure that wouldn't make him too happy. Alright, we didn't hit him, don't worry. But yeah, we are back. Hope you're all doing well, as always. It is Wednesday at 5:10 p.m. Just get out of the office. Good day at the office, as it always is, so that's good. Yeah, definitely wanted to make a video today. I know it's kind of late in the week, I guess, compared to prior weeks of when I, make my first video. I did want to make one yesterday, but I kind of had to pull the reins back on myself a little bit. I had this after work, like, personal meeting, like everything's all right, like it's all good stuff, no worries. But I had this like meeting Zoom call thing at like 6:30, and normally, since I've switched from using my phone to using this camera to record these videos, the upload time takes a lot longer because the quality's a lot better. At least that's my kind of reasoning behind it. And so the call that I had last night went from like 6:30 to 9:30, and I like getting a good amount of sleep every night because, again, I wake up early, so sleep is very important to doing what I want to do each day. And even though I want to make a video, I kind of have to pull the reins back because I was like, you have to do this meeting, and then if you want to make a video, then you have to go through that whole uploading process. So who knows what time you would end up, getting to bed and how much sleep you'd end up getting. So kind of push it off to today. So hence, you're getting a video today, Wednesday, January 22nd at 5:12. But yeah, so definitely want to get a video out today with all that being said, and I'm happy that I'm doing it today. I feel like I have a good amount of things to be transparent and update you guys with, which is pretty cool. So I guess the first place to start is that this channel, as of a day or two ago, just reached 400 subscribers, which honestly is really cool. I sound a little bit like a broken record right now, but it felt like, really, honestly, like last week that we were looking at less than 100 subscribers and a little bit over 100, and it all is growing so fast and so positively that it's just so cool to see. And I think, like, in the video last week, I was saying we got to 300, and now we're at 400, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so looking forward to watching this channel just continue to grow, and just watching the reach that I have on people, and a lot of people of which I've never met. I've never had the privilege of meeting, and who knows if I'll ever get the chance to cross paths with them. But it really does mean a lot. It's really cool to see, and I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. It's all good stuff. It's all going to keep growing. Things are just going to keep on getting better and better, and yeah, man, life is good. So that's one update for you guys. Another one, thinking back to last video, a good video. One thing I noticed when I was, going through the whole upload process is that there were a lot of times when the camera kind of got out of focus on myself, and it was kind of like on and off throughout the video. So I'm not sure how that happened or why. I don't know. It's just something that I'll learn and figure out through experience. But I'm gonna try to not let that happen today. If it means I have to try to make the camera focus on myself by, I don't know, moving around or maybe tapping the screen. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I am conscious of it. I am aware of it. So it will get better. So yeah, that's another update for you guys. What else? So yeah, the meeting that I was alluding to in my little intro, the little 3-hour Zoom call I had last night. So the reason I had a Zoom call is because I've decided that, you know, on top of all the good stuff I'm doing right now, you know, working this job, you know, managing this YouTube channel, whatnot, what I also decided I'm going to do is I'm going to start to coach. I'm going to be a youth sports coach. You know, if you know me and you know this channel, you know that I played college lacrosse, and I've really been playing lacrosse since first grade, if I remember correctly. And, you know, the sport's always been a huge part of my life since a very young age. And, you know, even though when my college career and essentially my lacrosse playing career ended, even though I was, you know, ready for it, and I don't really exactly miss physically playing, I really haven't found words for it yet, but I have started to notice that there is a bit like a void. And I know it's kind of like cliche to say and a little corny, but and I didn't really notice it for a while, but I think just with all this corporate, you know, 9 to 5, I guess real world stuff kind of kicking into my life more and more, and I guess the void has just been getting more noticeable for me. And so, you know, I've learned a lot from, you know, playing lacrosse for many years and at many levels. So, you know, not only I've learned a lot about the whole X's and O's things, but you know, I've just learned a lot in general, and, you know, from, I guess you can call it like a spiritual basis in a way of, you know, just how teams work and how leadership works and how coaching works and really just how sports work. I've learned a lot, especially in that area too, and I feel like I can really help out. And, you know, in doing so, I can really kind of fill that void that I guess I've just started to notice has been present in my life of, you know, no more sports and team sports and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I decided I'm going to be a youth lacrosse coach for the program that I actually grew up playing for as a child, and really the program that, you know, made me fall in love with the sport in the first place. So I'm really excited, and I heard an email, or I got an email last night actually during the call, that from the looks of it looks like I'm going to be an assistant coach on a 7th grade team. So that's really cool. It was really like, I had no idea where I would end up, so I was kind of like imagining and visualizing like every sort of scenario of like every sort of age group that I would end up from, like, you know, say like a 1st grade team to an 8th grade. So yeah, I found out yesterday that it's most likely that I'm going to be the assistant coach on the 7th grade team, which I think it's going to be really cool, and it's going to be such a good opportunity. And again, just one more thing to add on to the very, very, very long list of things to be happy and grateful for, and things to look forward to. So all good stuff. All good stuff. So are there any other updates that I have for you guys? I don't think so. I think we're pretty good. I guess the one last thing I'll say is that, you know, this channel amazingly has already reached 400, you know, subscribers, 400 people, and I got big plans for when this channel hits 500, which I know it's going to soon, and probably it's going to happen a lot more sooner than, you know, you and I both expect. But, you know, I got big plans for when this channel hits 500 subscribers, and I think it'll be pretty cool, you know, both for myself as well as especially you guys. So again, another reason to, you know, stick with me here, you know. stick with me on this journey. And yeah, it's all just good stuff. You know, I think that I just made a mistake. I think that you know, there's a lot, you know, just thinking about YouTube and talking about YouTube channels and creators and content and all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there, you know. There's a lot of real estate on YouTube. You know, there's a bunch of not only videos, but a bunch of different, you know, channels and people and artists and creators and content people, and you know, it's a very large platform, and you know, there's a lot of people that are very successful on it. I, you know, of course, see myself, and I believe in myself of, you know, one day becoming one of those people, and really one day, meaning sooner rather than later, sooner than I might expect. But there's a lot of people and a lot of very successful people on YouTube, and what my whole thing, especially with, you know, why I encourage, of course, people to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and really just follow along with me on this whole journey that I'm on called life, is that, you know, I really think it's just, when it comes to thinking about people and things who stand the test of time and who are ultimately the most successful and have the most profound impact at the end of the day, I really think that that sort of accomplishment and that sort of success and that sort of I guess that sort of title, for lack of a better word, I guess it's really reserved for those who, you know, have the most pure intentions and the most genuine actions. I think it's those people who, at the end of the day, will always have, you know, the most success, the most profound positive impact, and really it's those people that will stand the test of time. You know, those that are, again, pure in their intentions and genuine in their actions. Yeah, that was just a little thought that I came across today, or not today, but recently. And you know, the topic for today's video, I guess, while we're at it, is that there is no topic. You know, I've been having a lot of really good, you know, thoughts and kind of conversations with myself and with others, and I figured today would be a good day to kind of branch off from the kind of videos we've been making recently of me kind of sticking to one general topic. I think it would be a good day to kind of toss a bunch of spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. I see nothing wrong with that, and you know, I think I have a lot of good stuff to say today if time will allow. I'm already off the highway, so we'll see how much longer this video lasts. But yeah, I've been having a lot of good thoughts recently, and a lot of stuff that I think would be helpful to share with you guys. Also, by the way, I guess just one more update. If there's anything about this channel that you feel could be better or different, you know, let me know. I'm always looking to make this channel better than it was the day before. And, you know, I just really appreciate any and all feedback. You know, you can call me something very mean. You can give me some positive criticism. You know, whatever best floats your boat. I promise you won't hurt my feelings. I don't have an ego. But yeah, if there's any changes you want to see this channel, and any improvements you want to have made for, you know, your experience, because it is for you guys at the end of the day, you know, don't hesitate to let me know in whatever way works best for you. And you know, just kind of mentioning that, with my goal of course, just making this channel just better every day in some way, shape, or form. I think that you can compare that a lot to, you know, yourself and your life. And, even going back to talking a little bit about sports, since, I talked about this whole lacrosse and playing and coaching thing. A big thing I learned, especially through college lacrosse, is I learned about competition. And I learned not only how to compete, but also when to compete and why to compete. And what I mean by that is I've really learned, I've always been very competitive as a kid. And at times it wasn't, I think competition is always a good trait to have, being competitive. But I do think that there is a fine line between being competitive and then overly competitive. And what I mean is that taking competition and taking yourself too far and really kind of becoming toxic and abusive both to yourself and those around you. That's what I kind of mean by over competition. And so I've always been a competitive kid growing up, which is good, but I have struggled a lot with being too competitive at times where, I would get too hard on myself and too worked up. And sometimes that kind of negative energy would get spread on to others, which is not an ideal thing. And what I learned, one of the biggest things I learned through playing, sport and lacrosse in college is that because you're so competitive with everyone, what seems like all the time, you really learn how to dial in your own, personal competitiveness. And you learn how to really see it as a switch that you can turn on and off at will. When the switch is off, you can hang out, relax, be a good guy, nothing but a good energy for others to be around. And when you decide to turn the switch on, you'll outwork and outcompete anyone to be successful, and you'll do whatever it takes to get the best possible outcome for yourself and those around you. And I think that's really huge. And from there, it's really just about choosing what is and what isn't worth, flipping that switch for. Because when you flip that switch, you go into the zone and you go into a place where you're very focused and determined and driven to see something done a certain way. And it's just important to take a step back and detach, and just before you decide to flip the switch, just think about, is it really worth doing, and what are the pros and cons, of course, of if you do decide to flip the switch, and really just, is it worth it at the end of the day? Is it really that important? So yeah, when say you're at a time in your career that you're looking for change and you're looking for improvement, flip the switch and start looking for a new job or a new role or a new career, and outwork and outcompete everyone around you so you can get that job that you more desire and you more align with, so you can take better care of yourself and your family and whatnot. That's maybe say something that would be worth flipping that competitive switch for. Something that is not worth becoming overly competitive for, say, I don't know, say like a Thanksgiving turkey bowl with the family or something like that, like it's something like that in my eyes is not worth becoming overly competitive for. You don't want to be that guy who is way too into it, that he's not only being abusive towards himself but also those around him. No one really likes that guy. So those are just two examples. Again, there's a million more that I'm not mentioning, but really I think it's just very important to note that it's a very good trait not only to be competitive but also to be able to control your competitiveness and be able to turn it on and off as you best see fit. So that's that. And I think bridging off of that, talking about sports and competitiveness and all that stuff, I think something that I've also been thinking about recently that would be good to mention is the topic of goals and setting goals. I think that's also a big key to living what's called a good life, setting goals. I know for me, and this is something that's I've kind of been realizing more and more, but I think it also plays in part to the void that I guess I've been feeling with, no more sports and team sports in my life, for the time being, is that I don't really have like any major goals. I definitely have some, for one, this channel and a few other things, but I felt like I was kind of lacking some goals, and because of that, I felt at times as if I was just kind of wandering a little bit through life, kind of almost like aimlessly in a way. And that's not a bad thing, because for me at least, it's all been good wandering in a way, and wandering in a way of self-discovery and self-growth, getting rid of bad habits, acquiring new ones, and really just being very curious to as many things as I can, and trying to learn from as many things that I can. But it did, at the end of the day, feel like I was kind of wandering aimlessly, and I wasn't really wandering, or walking, I should say, towards an actual thing. And the root of that is because I don't really have an immediate goal in mind. And I think the reason why people maybe don't live as good of a life that they want to, not only day by day, but at the very end of the day, when their time is winding down here, I think that what could be a big reason why they don't look back and smile on all that they've done is because they haven't done everything that they wanted. And the reason of that is because they haven't been setting goals. I think it's not a problem of like, if a goal is too big, it's a problem of a goal just not being set in the first place. Like, if you set a goal and you're truly passionate about that goal, and you truly have faith, and you truly believe, and you truly desire to have it, then you will achieve it in one way or another. However long it takes, you will achieve that goal. So it's not a matter of which goal you set, it's a matter of just, are you setting a goal, if that makes sense. And I heard this thing recently that I think would be good to share as we kind of wrap up this video, is that I heard this one guy say that one thing that he does is he tries to set one big goal, like one major, really big goal every year. And so, when the year's done, he can look back and he can say, I did that, and I'm really happy about it, and I'm really proud of it, and I really grew because of it. And then, so when the next year rolls around, you do the same thing. You decide and you align your mind on another very big goal. And I think it's fair to mention that that goal should also be a very scary goal, in a way, in a good way. And so what you do is every year you decide on one really big goal and you do it. You hold yourself to it, you align your mind to it, and you do it. And then the next year you do the same thing. You pick another really big goal, another scary goal, and you do it. And what you do is you keep stacking those years, and you keep stacking those goals and those major accomplishments in your life. And you just live that way. You just keep stacking them year after year, and you keep growing, and you keep loving yourself more and more, and becoming a better person because of all of it. And I think that's a major way of living a good life. You know, there's a million different ways, if you haven't kind of realized already by watching this channel, that there's a million different ways that you can live a good life, and there's a million different ways as to how to live a good life. But I think goal setting is definitely another thing to kind of toss on that list. So yeah, I'm already home. It feels like it's been a little bit shorter of a video. I can't really tell right now, so we'll see. We'll see when I edit it. But yeah, I feel like there's definitely a lot more to talk about that's kind of been flowing through my head recently. So not too worried about it. We can always talk about it another day. So yeah, all good with that. And I think just one more thing to mention now that it's just on the top of my mind is that totally unrelated to everything else. I think it's good to share the message of energy flows where attention goes. And energy is really the basis behind all physical matter in your life, in your world, in this universe. And so if energy is the creator of everything, and where your attention goes, your energy flows. You know, what you focus on the most ends up manifesting itself in your reality and in your experience. And really what that means is that what you think about and what you hold in your heart is what you will be and how you will live. So I think that's something I've been thinking about recently that, again, I think it would be good to share just kind of out of the blue to kind of cap this video off. But as always, in everything, all just starts in your mind with your thoughts. So yeah, be conscious of it, be aware of your thoughts, and you know, make the most of them because you can. So yeah, I'm gonna leave all that there. Just remember that there's a lot more to it than you think. As always, remember to ask me questions, leave me any comments, suggestions, anything you got, let me hear it. And yeah, just remember that I'm always wishing nothing but the best for you guys. I'm always in your corner, rooting for you guys, cheering you on. And yeah, just know that life is good, as it always has been, as it always is, and as it always will be. And every moment is just an opportunity to learn and be grateful. So just think a little bit more about that too. Thanks so much for watching. Again, I'm looking forward to all the growth that this channel is yet to witness and experience, I guess, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here as always. So hope you are too. But yeah, with all that, we will talk soon. Bye.